J.W. Williams Funeral Directors have been proudly serving the people of this community since 1918. Service is our motto. The poor, the rich, the middle class, and all are given the best of care and attention at all times. You have the privilege to select what you want. In your time of need, contact the capable, the competent, and the dependable staff of the J.W. Williams Funeral Home who is genuinely concerned with your care. At J.W. Williams Funeral Home, you are aptly served by the proprietor president, Deacon Arthur L. Parker, who continues the traditions and values set forth by the past president, Dr. Napoleon Williams. Your announcers for the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Sunday morning program are Deacon Arthur L. Parker, Reverend Isaac H. Owens, Mrs. Calandra Wilkerson Parker, Minister Frankie Harmon, Miss Sandra Johnson, and Deacon Earl Clark, Jr.
Thank you, and good morning, friends. We come to you this morning to bring announcements, dedications, and songs. We certainly hope that your day may be brighter after listening to our program. The family of United States Army veteran, Mr. Willie George Gaines of Cordele, Georgia. The family of Miss Tanya Sheila Davis of Cordele, Georgia. The family of Mother Willie Bell Lester Jefferson of Vienna, Georgia. The family of Mrs. Mary Emma Hubbard Cameron of Summerville, South Carolina, formerly of Leslie, Georgia, would like to thank their many friends for the food, the flowers, the condolences, and all other expressions of sympathy and kindness shown to them during their hours of sorrow and bereavement during the past week. United States Army veteran, Mr. Willie George Gaines, age 64, of 508 West 23rd Avenue, Cordele, Georgia, died Monday, October 4th at the Chris Regional Hospital in Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for United States Army veteran Mr. Willie George Gaines, age 64, was held Sunday, October 10th, graveside at the Pleasant Hill Baptist Church Cemetery, Hatley Community, Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Isaac H. Owens, pastor of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church, officiated. Survivors include his loving and devoted children, Mr. Carlos Gaines and his wife, Mrs. Michelle Gaines of Hinesville, Georgia, Mr. Brock Gaines of Atlanta, Georgia, a niece whom he regarded as his daughter, Miss Felicia Gaines of Cordele, Georgia. Other nieces and nephews, Miss Sheila Wilson and her husband, Mr. Johnny Wilson, Miss Regina Jackson and Mr. Chris Jackson, all of Cordele, Georgia. His beloved grandchildren, Miss Carla Gaines, Miss Jasmine Gaines, Mr. Carlos Gaines Jr., Mr. LaRodrick Lewis, Miss Annie Jackson, Mr. Javoski Jackson Sr., and Miss Maija Johnson. Two beloved great-grandchildren, his beloved and devoted aunt, Mother Martha Ruth Westbrook of Araby, Georgia. A host of nieces, nephews to include Miss Stephanie Varia of Griffin, Georgia, Mr. Michael Gaines and his wife, Mrs. Shalonda Gaines of Valdosta, Georgia, and Mr. Vince Wiley of Cordele, Georgia. A host of cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends to include Miss Tilda McCrae of Cordele, Georgia, survives United States Army veteran Mr. Willie George Gaines, better known as Waldo, age 64, of 508 West 23rd Avenue, Cordele, Georgia. Miss Tanya Sheila Davis, age 55, of Cordele, Georgia, died Wednesday, October 6, at the Cordele Health and Rehabilitation Center in Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for Miss Tanya Sheila Davis, age 55, was held Thursday, October 14, at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Portico in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Isaac H. Owens, pastor of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church, officiated. Survivors include her loving and devoted brothers, Mr. Shelton West and his wife, Mrs. Berta West of Columbus, Ohio, and Mr. Garrett Davis and his wife, Mrs. Glendale Davis of Atlanta, Georgia, a sister-in-law, Miss Shawn Davis of Lansing, Michigan, a beloved aunt, Miss Mary Frances Davis of Cordele, Georgia, her beloved nieces and nephews, Miss Caronda Richey Alexander, Mr. Bruce Davis II, Miss Cindy West, Miss Brashawn Davis, Mr. Bryant Davis, Miss Tiffany Davis, Mr. Andrew Garrett Davis, and Miss Elizabeth Davis, a host of beloved cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive. Miss Tanya Sheila Davis, age 55, of Cordele, Georgia. Mother Willie Bell Lester Jefferson, age 87, of 408 East Union Street, Vienna, Georgia, died Tuesday, October 5th, at her residence in Vienna, Georgia. The funeral service for Mother Willie Bell Lester Jefferson, age 87, was held Saturday, October 16, graveside at the Mount Moriah Baptist Church Cemetery in Unadilla, Georgia. The pastor, Dr. Thaddeus Lakeler, officiated. Survivors include her loving and devoted sons, the Reverend Lou Jean Jefferson and his wife, Mrs. Barbara Jefferson, and Mr. Johnny Otis Jefferson, both of Homestead, Florida. 3 beloved grandchildren, 12 great-grandchildren, her loving and devoted sisters, Mother Mary Lee Benjamin and Miss Vera Mae Perry, and her husband, Deacon Johnny Perry, both of Vienna, Georgia. A beloved brother, Mr. Samuel West, and his wife, Mrs. Rebecca West of New Jersey. A host of nieces, nephews, cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive. Mother Willie Bell Lester Jefferson, age 87, of 408 East Union Street, Vienna, Georgia. Mrs. Mary Emma Hubbard Cameron, age 78, of Summerville, South Carolina, formerly of Leslie, Georgia, died Tuesday, October 5th, at the Summerville Medical Center in Summerville, South Carolina. The funeral service for Mrs. Mary Emma Hubbard Cameron, age 78, was held Saturday, October 16, graveside at the St. John Baptist Church Cemetery in Leslie, Georgia. The Reverend Calvin James, pastor of the St. John Baptist Church, officiated. Her beloved brother-in-law, the Reverend James Jackson, pastor of the Scott Mater CME Church, Americus, Georgia, delivered the eulogy. Survivors include her loving and devoted children, Mrs. Rose Jones and her husband, Mr. Michael Jones of Titusville, Florida, Mrs. Ramona Battle, Mr. Robert Cameron and his wife, Mrs. Sharon Cameron, both of Summerville, South Carolina, Miss Tamara Akins of North Charleston, South Carolina, Miss Aurora Cameron of Lansing, South Carolina, and Miss Cecilia Cameron of Somerville, South Carolina. 22 loving and devoted grandchildren, including 6 she raised as her own, Mrs. Nicole Jenkins and her husband, Gabriel Jenkins, Miss Mariah Cameron, Mrs. Angela Cameron, Mrs. Elia Taylor and her husband, Mr. Garrett Taylor, Miss Kayla Cameron and Mr. Caleb Cameron, all of Somerville, South Carolina. 43 beloved great-grandchildren, 3 loving and devoted sisters, Mrs. Beulah Jackson and her husband, the Reverend James Jackson of Americus, Georgia, Mrs. Mildred Hooks and her husband, Mr. Jimmy Hooks of Columbus, Georgia, and Miss Emma Jean Hubbard of Leslie, Georgia. A host of devoted nieces, nephews, many cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive. Mrs. Mary Emma Hubbard Cameron, age 78, of Somerville, South Carolina, formerly of Leslie, Georgia. Again, the family of United States Army veteran Mr. Willie George Gaines of Cordele, Georgia, the family of Miss Tanya Sheila Davis of Cordele, Georgia, the family of Mother Willie Bell Lester Jefferson of Vienna, Georgia, the family of Mrs. Mary Emma Hubbard Cameron of Somerville, South Carolina, would like to thank their many friends for all of the many kindnesses shown to them during their hours of sorrow and bereavement during the past week. May God bless each of you is their prayer. The J.W. Williams Funeral Directors serving Cordele and Vienna were in charge of each of these arrangements during the past week.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you've enjoyed our program. Tune in again on next Sunday morning. Contact the competent, capable, and dependable staff at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home.
And now, it is certainly with the deepest regret that we make the following announcements. Master Zamirian Quantrell Newsom, age 14, 1416 Shepherd Court, Cordele, Georgia, died Saturday, October 9th at the Chris Regional Hospital in Cordele, Georgia. Survivors include his loving and devoted father, Mr. Demetrius Newsom Sr., and his companion, Miss Tasha Hicks of Cordele, Georgia. His loving and devoted mother, Miss Victoria N. Williams of Warner Robins, Georgia. His loving and caring sisters, Miss Demetrius S. Dawson, Miss Quatasia Newsom, all of Cordele, Georgia, Miss Starlet Leverson of Warner Robins, Georgia, Miss Myasia Newsom, Miss Quajay Newsom, Mrs. Quan Newsom, Mrs. Qualia Newsom, all of Cordele, Georgia. His beloved and devoted brothers, Mr. Javaris Brown of Warner Robins, Georgia, Master Demetrius Newsom Jr., Master Zymarian Newsom, Master Quadarius Newsom, Master Quamilla Newsom, all of Cordele, Georgia. His beloved grandparents, Miss Carolyn Williams of Cordele, Georgia, Deacon J.L. and Miss Ruby Williams of Cordele, Georgia. His caring aunts and uncles, Miss Michelle Redding, Miss Lakeisha Newsom, Miss Ramona Williams, all of Cordele, Georgia, Miss Felicia Williams of Warner Robins, Georgia, Miss Shanika Armstrong, Miss Adasia Williams of Cordele, Georgia, Mr. Tyrone Williams of Norfolk, Virginia, Mr. Mantavius Clark of Cordele, Georgia, and Mr. J.L. Williams, Jr. of Atlanta, Georgia. A host of beloved cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive. Master Zymerian Quantrell Newsom, age 14, of 1416 Shepherd Court, Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for Master Zymerian Quantrell Newsom, age 14, will be held today, Sunday, October 17, at 12:30 p.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Portico in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Isaac H. Owens, pastor of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church, will officiate. The burial will follow at the Westview Cemetery in Cordele, Georgia. United States Army veteran Mr. Lonnie Howard Lester, age 74, of St. Petersburg, Florida, died Tuesday, October 5th at St. Anthony Hospital in St. Petersburg, Florida. Survivors include his loving and caring friend and ex-wife, Ms. Beatrice L. Lester of St. Petersburg, Florida, a beloved son, Mr. Eric Lester of St. Petersburg, Florida, his loving and caring sisters, Mrs. Martha L. Howard and her husband, Mr. Willie Howard of Miami, Florida, and Mrs. Susie L. Smith of Jacksonville, Florida. A host of loving nieces and nephews, many cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive. Vietnam War Army veteran, Mr. Lonnie Howard Lester, age 74, of St. Petersburg, Florida. The funeral service for Vietnam War Army veteran with military honors for Mr. Lonnie Howard Lester will be held today, Sunday, October 17, at 4 p.m. graveside at the Pleasant Hill Church Cemetery in Byronville, Georgia. The Reverend Isaac H. Owens, pastor of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church, will officiate. Miss Marie Brown, age 51, of 46 Hill Street, Rochelle, Georgia, died Thursday, October 14, at the Memorial Health University in Savannah, Georgia. Survivors include her loving and devoted children, Mrs. Credetia Brown Mahaffey and her husband Sean Mahaffey of Athens, Georgia, Mr. Antoine Brown of Rochelle, Georgia, her loving and devoted sisters, Ms. Odessa Brown of Rochelle, Georgia, Ms. Martina Brown of Fitzgerald, Georgia, Ms. Catherine Boone and her husband, Mr. Aaron Boone of Rochester, New York, Ms. Elizabeth Brown of Lithonia, Georgia, Ms. Betty Carter and her husband, Mr. Alfonso Carter of Rochelle, Georgia, and Ms. Rosa Blackshear and her husband, Mr. Jerry Blackshear of Abbeville, Georgia. Her beloved brothers, Mr. Connie Brown, Mr. Calvin Brown, Mr. Cornelius Brown, Mr. William Brown, and his wife, Mrs. Norma Brown, Mr. Charles Brown, and Mr. Robert Brown, all of Rochelle, Georgia, Mr. Keith Brown of Knoxville, Tennessee, her beloved aunts and uncle, Mr. Willie Daniels of Pineview, Georgia, Mrs. Betty Hentley of New Jersey, Mrs. Minnie Hamilton of Atlanta, Georgia, a host of nieces and nephews, great-nieces and great-nephews, many cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive. Miss Marie Brown, age 51, of 46 Hill Street, Rochelle, Georgia. The funeral service for Miss Marie Brown, age 51, will be held Saturday, October 23rd at 11 a.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Portico in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Travis Johnson, pastor of the Piney Grove Baptist Church of Rochelle, Georgia, will officiate. The burial will follow at the Evergreen Cemetery in Rochelle, Georgia. The walk-up public visitation will be Friday, October 22nd from 1 until 5 p.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. United States Army veteran Mr. Arthur Rosby Lawson, age 55, of 170 Easy Street, Abbeville, Georgia, died Wednesday, October 13th at the Fairview Park Hospital in Dublin, Georgia. Survivors include his loving and devoted children, Mr. Derek M. Lawson of Texas, Miss Shaquita R. Clark of Abbeville, Georgia, Miss Dantia Carter, and Miss Giovanna Williams, both of Fitzgerald, Georgia, Mr. Kane Parker of Abbeville, Georgia, his beloved and caring father, Mr. Arthur B. Lawson of Abbeville, Georgia, his beloved brothers and sisters, Miss Christy Acre and Mr. Patrick Lawson, both of Fitzgerald, Georgia, Miss Gloria Jolly and Mr. William Jolly, both of Brunswick, Georgia, Miss Amy Joyner and Mr. Rodney Lawson, both of Abbeville, Georgia, Mr. Paul Gibson of Rochelle, Georgia, and Miss Itea Lawson of Cordele, Georgia. A host of nieces and nephews, many cousins, other relatives, and many sorrowing friends survives. United States Army veteran, Mr. Arthur Rosby Lawson, age 55, 170 Easy Street, Abbeville, Georgia. The funeral service for United States Army veteran Mr. Arthur Rosby Lawson, age 55, will be announced at a later date pending the completion of the arrangements. The J.W. Williams funeral directors serving Cordele and Diana are in charge of each of these arrangements during this week. Friends, that conclude our funeral notices for this morning. And as always, we do remind you concerning our pre-funeral arrangements planning available at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home, with packages available with a single pay, a 3-year pay, a 5-year pay, and a 10-year pay. So please stop by and talk with us concerning your pre-funeral arrangements needs available at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home, and also whole life insurance is available at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home.
And now for our announcements. You are invited to worship with the New Poplar Springs Baptist Church this morning beginning at 9:45 a.m. They also invite you to share with them on Wednesday evenings at 6:45 p.m. You may join them via conference call by calling 253-993-3761. Again, that number is 253-993-3761. Pastor Johnny Dean, pastor. The Spring Hill Baptist Church extends to you a very cordial invitation to worship with them in Tippettville today for their drive-up and worship service that's held each first and third Sunday, beginning at 11 o'clock a.m. Sister Mary Ann Lewis is the secretary. Deacon Sam Anderson is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Choice Cobb Sr. is the pastor. Christ Chapel Unadilla weekly food pantry is open every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 12 o'clock noon. The monthly food distribution will be held on Friday, November the 5th at the PNC Bank in Unadilla. Everyone is cordially invited to come out and support this event. Christ Chapel Unadilla extends you a very cordial invitation to come and be a part of their Breakthrough to Excellence workshop for church administrators that will be held on Saturday, November 13th, beginning at 10 o'clock a.m. Mrs. Jeanette Taylor is the pastoral relief trainer. The Greater Mars Tabernacle Baptist Church extends you a cordial invitation to worship with them today as their worship on the ground service will be held at the church beginning at 9 o'clock a.m. this morning. Tuesday, midday prayer is held at 12 o'clock noon. Thursday, prayer meeting and Bible study is held at 6 o'clock p.m. The conference call-in number for those who will be joining them by way of conference call is 229-329-7611. Again, that number is 229-329-7611. The Greater Mars Tabernacle Baptist Church extends a cordial invitation for you to worship with them. Mother Lucille Shazer, Church Mother, Deacon Arthur L. Parker, Chairman of Deacons, Dr. K.M. Williams is the pastor. You're invited to pull up and praise with the Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church each Sunday morning beginning at 10 o'clock a.m. They extend you a very cordial invitation to worship with them. Pastor Gregory Williams and the members of Emmanuel look forward to seeing you at their worship service. The Mount Calvary Baptist Church extends you a cordial invitation to worship with them today. There will be no worship on the grounds, but there will be Facebook Live worship service beginning at 10:30 a.m. Everyone has a cordial invitation to attend. Mother Evelyn Lewis is the church mother. Deacon Leon Spears is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Isaac H. Owens is the pastor. You're invited to worship at the Mount Zion First African Baptist Church. Their conference call schedule is as follows. Sunday morning, worship service begins at 10 o'clock a.m., prayer meeting at 12 o'clock noon on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bible study is held each Wednesday at 5 o'clock p.m. The conference call-in number is 339-209-6419. Again, that number is 339-209-6419. Deacon Joe Wedges is the chairman of deacons. Dr. Dan James III is the pastor. You're invited to worship at the Gethsemane Baptist Church today and their outdoor worship service that will begin at 10:30 a.m. Everyone is cordially invited to attend, and you are asked to wear a mask and practice social distancing. Mother Mary Butler is the church mother. Deacon Johnny Wilson is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Cecil Straughter is the pastor. The 2021 municipal election dates to remember are as follows. Please remember these dates that we are in the midst of early voting. Early voting will continue throughout this coming week, and also you're reminded that Saturday voting will be held on October 23rd. Saturday voting times are 9 a.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. Again, for those who will be voting during this week, during early voting, advanced in-person voting will begin on October the 12th and will continue throughout this week. You're invited to vote at the Government Center located at 210 South 7th Street, room 103, for voting. And as always, remind you that Election Day will be on Tuesday, November the 2nd. And please get out and cast your vote. As we continue with our community announcements, the Shady Road Baptist Church extends you a cordial invitation to worship with them. Bible study is held each Tuesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Sister Lovey Wheel is the church mother. Deacon Bobby Barn is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Kelvin Drake Sr. is the pastor. The New Oak Grove Baptist Church pastor's anniversary will be held today, Sunday, October 17th, beginning at 10 o'clock a.m. in the sanctuary. Minister Dion Jones will deliver the message, face masks are required. Deacon Alonzo Jones is the chairman of deacons. Reverend W.W. Wilson is the pastor. The general election... Go back to the first one. Let's go back to the community announcements. General election for the city of Warwick, the mayor's seat is up for election. Mayor Juanita Kitchen is asking all registered voters to please come out and vote. Early voting is already in progress at the Warwick Community Center, located at 111 Dogwood Street. The dates are October 18th through October 23rd and October 25th through October 29th from 8:30 until 4:30 p.m. Election day is held November 2nd from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Please exercise your right to vote. Mayor Juanita Kitchen is the incumbent mayor, and the mayor pro team is Brother Christopher Wheeler, Council District 1, Post 1. This message comes from Mayor Juanita Kitchen, the incumbent in the upcoming election. Now go back to the sleeves. You're encouraged to get out. If you have not taken your vaccination, then please go out and get your vaccination. The MD White's Medical Institute will be conducting both the Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 vaccinations. Please give them a call at the office, and they will be happy to set up a time for you to come out and get your vaccination. We also encourage those who are able to get their booster shots to go ahead and get your booster vaccination as well. We are taking over the show this morning to wish a very special happy 57th birthday to the president CEO of the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. We say happy birthday to Deacon Arthur L. Parker, who celebrated his 57th birthday on Saturday, October the 16th. I'm sure I'm going to pay for this somewhere down the road later on, but this is just a good time to take it over at this point and to say to him happy birthday. We pray God's blessings upon him. And this comes from his wife, his son, and all of us at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home as we pause to say happy birthday to our very own Deacon Arthur L. Parker. Happy birthday, and may God continue to bless you. If by chance I come up missing this week, somebody please come look for me. That concludes our announcements for today.
We'd like to thank Reverend Isaac H. Owens for our announcements, and we do remind and encourage all church members and supporters to continue to financially support your churches during this pandemic. Please continue to support your churches throughout this area during this pandemic season. Now for a dedication. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following: in loving memory of Miss Frederica Lewis, who would have celebrated her birthday October 6th. Dedication requested by her twin brother, Mr. Frederick Lewis, the entire Lewis and Armstrong family, gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mother Bessie M. Lawson, who departed this life October 7, 1994. Dedication requested by her beloved daughter, Gail, Johnny, Janae, and the entire family, gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mr. Octavius Davis, who departed this life October 12, 1980, and would have celebrated his birthday October 11. Dedication requested by Miss Mary Frances Davis, gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mrs. Carrie Bell Whitfield, who would have celebrated her birthday October 17, dedication requested by her beloved children, Dora, James, and Lois, and the entire Whitfield family. Precious memory lingers still. In loving memory of Mrs. Eula Lee Jones, who departed this life October 18, 2017. Dedication requested by her beloved children, Ms. Sabrina, Minnie Ann, and Willie, her beloved sister, Ms. Dorothy Rose Jones, and the entire family, gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Ms. Daquita Montfrey, who would have celebrated her birthday October 19, dedication requested by her beloved sister, Mrs. Valerie Levant, and the entire family. Precious memory lingers still. In loving memory of Mrs. Gail Melissa Westbrook Dawson, who departed this life October 19, 2015, dedication requested by her beloved children, Christopher and Tiffany Westbrook, Calvin and Portia Youngblood, and her grandchildren and her beloved mother, Mother Martha Ruth Westbrook, and the entire Westbrook and Dawson family, gone but not forgotten. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following. Happy 40th anniversary to Mr. Willie King and Ms. Lindell Westbrook, who celebrated their anniversary Tuesday, September 28th. Dedication requested by their children, Pamela and Derek Ray, Mr. Waltavius and Sharita Westbrook, Ms. Tamara Westbrook, her grandchildren, her beloved mother, Martha Ruth Westbrook, and Miss Sarah Roundtree, and the entire Westbrook and Roundtree family. Happy anniversary, and God bless you. Happy anniversary to Mr. Michael and Mrs. Carisha Williams, who celebrated their anniversary Thursday, September 30th. Dedication requested by the Fletcher and Williams family. Happy 20th anniversary to Mr. Norma and Ms. Sabrina Fields, who will celebrate their anniversary Tuesday, October 19. Dedication requested by the entire family. God bless each of your unions and keep it strong. Our first selection this morning goes out in loving memory of Mrs. Regina Denard, who would have celebrated her birthday October 18, dedication requested by the Jones and Denard family. Precious memory lingers still. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following. Happy birthday to little Rylene Redding, who celebrated her birthday September 13, dedication requested by the Redding, Lawton, and Epps family. Happy birthday to Mr. C.J. Epps, who celebrated his birthday September 16, dedication requested by the Epps family. Happy birthday to Mrs. Sheena Williams, who celebrated her birthday Saturday, September 18, dedication requested by her beloved family. Happy birthday to Mr. Isaiah Walker, who celebrated his birthday Saturday, September 18, dedication requested by the family. Happy birthday to Mr. Octavius Beaton, who celebrated his birthday Sunday, September 19, dedication requested by his beloved family. Happy birthday to Miss Letitia Bivens, who celebrated her birthday Tuesday, September 21st, dedication requested by the Bivens family. Happy birthday to Miss Amari Felton, who celebrated her birthday Wednesday, September 22nd, dedication requested by the Felton family. Happy birthday to Miss Verdale Butts, who celebrated her birthday Thursday, September 23rd, dedication requested by her beloved family. Happy birthday to Shataria Lynette Outlaw Lundy, who celebrated her birthday Thursday, September 23rd, dedication requested by her beloved family. Happy birthday to Miss Linda Carter, who celebrated her birthday Friday, September 24th, dedication requested by the Carter family. And happy birthday to missionary Irene Cantrell, who celebrated her birthday on September 25th, dedication requested by the Cantrell family. Happy birthday to Mr. Tyrone Johnson, who celebrated his birthday Monday, September 27th, dedication requested by his beloved mother. Happy birthday to Mrs. Eddie Mae Levant Gaston, who celebrated her birthday Wednesday, September 29th, dedication requested by the Levant and Gaston families. Happy birthday to Dr. Bobby G. West, who celebrated his birthday Thursday, September 30th. Dedication requested by his beloved wife, Miss Melba West, his children, and the Bethel Baptist Church family of Vienna, Georgia. Happy birthday to Miss Shanice McGill, who celebrated her birthday and birthday dedication requested by her husband, Deacon Sammy McGill, the children, grandchildren, the McGill and Parker family, and the members of the Mount Moriah Baptist Church of Warwick, Georgia. Happy birthday to Mrs. Elaine James, who celebrated her birthday Friday, September 1st. Dedication requested by her husband, Dr. Dan James III, and the members of the Mount Zion First African Baptist Church. Happy birthday to Miss Gail Chanel, who celebrated her birthday Friday, October 1st. Dedication requested by her beloved family. Happy birthday to the Reverend Q. M. Mumphrey, better known as Ray, who celebrated his birthday Sunday, October 3rd. Dedication requested by his beloved mother, Dr. Annette Mumphrey, and the entire family. Happy birthday to Mrs. Bobby Joe Roberts, who celebrated her birthday on Sunday, October 3rd. Dedication requested by her beloved family. Happy birthday to Mrs. Betty Jean Killings Jenwright, who celebrated her birthday Sunday, October 3rd. Dedication requested by her beloved family. Happy birthday to Mr. Frederick Lewis, who celebrated his birthday Wednesday, October 6th. Dedication requested by the Lewis and Armstrong family. Happy birthday to Mrs. Annette Stembridge, who celebrated her birthday Friday, October 8th. Dedication requested by her beloved children, grandchildren, and the entire family. Happy birthday to our friend and brother of long standing, the Reverend Johnny Dean, who celebrated his birthday Saturday, October 9th. Dedication requested by his beloved wife, the children, grandchildren, and the members of the New Poplar Springs Baptist Church of Byronville, Georgia. The Reverend Johnny Dean, October 9th. Happy birthday to Mrs. Shirley Ingram, who celebrated her birthday Wednesday, October 13th. And also happy birthday to Mr. Johnny Ingram, who celebrated his birthday Saturday, October 16th. Dedication requested by their beloved family. Happy birthday to my nephew, Mr. Kevin West, who celebrated his birthday Saturday, October 16th. Dedication requested by his beloved parents, his family, and the staff and management of the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. Happy birthday, Kelvin, and many, many more. And happy birthday to my nephew, Mr. Devachi Johnson, who celebrated his birthday Saturday, October 16th. Dedication requested by his beloved mother, Mrs. Rosalind Johnson Porter, and the entire family. And happy birthday to Minister DJ Griggs, who will celebrate his birthday Monday, October 18th. Dedication requested by his beloved parents, his sister, and his grandparents, and the entire family, and the staff and management of the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. Say happy birthday, DJ, and many, many more. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following: Deacon James Smith and family, Mrs. Dorothy Coleman and family, the Johnson family, Miss Leon Walker and family, Mr. Samuel McCluster and family, Commissioner Vesta Shepherd and family, Miss Sheila Thorpe and family, Miss Mother Martha West and family, Mrs. Murtis Evans and family, Miss Lenora Lofton and family, Mother Catherine Spears and family, Mother Julia Turner and family, Mr. and Mrs. Julius Darasoy and family, Mrs. Mary Lee Holmes and family. Mrs. Mr. Robert Brown and family, Ms. Willoughby Robinson and family, Mother Mae Francis Maynard and family, Mr. Tremel Townsend and family, Mother Evelyn B. Lewis and family, Mrs. Daquita Hunt and family, Mrs. Bernell Webbin and family, Mr. Roy Dawson and family, Mrs. Annie G. Harvey and family, Mr. John Reese and family, Mr. Kentavious Addy and family, Mother Easter May Byram and family, the entire Byram family, Mrs. Neffy Harvey and family, Mayor Juanita Kinchin of Warwick, Georgia, Deacon Lonnie Clayton and family, Mrs. Ida B. Waters and family, Miss Maddie Mays and family, the Reverend Joel Butts and family, Mother Grace Patrick and family, Mr. George and Miss Josephine Lawrence and family, Miss Anna Ruth Jordan and family, Vienna, Georgia, Miss Mary Frances Davis and family, Miss Thelma Brown and family, Mrs. Mother Nell Ford and family, Mrs. Burrow Patrick and family, Mrs. Wileen McGill and family, Miss Nettie Cross and family, Mrs. Tommy Glenn and family, Mr. Judge Glenn and family, Shalana Donaldson and family, Mr. Justin Carbon Jr. and family, Mrs. Loretta Fields and family, Miss Naisha Davis and family, Mr. Corey Moore and family, Mrs. Norma Solomon and family, the Armstrong family, Miss Esther Johnson and family, Mr. Ricky Hardeman and family, Mr. Philip Stembridge and family, Miss Ola Lofton and family, the Reverend and Mrs. Douglas Parham and family, Mr. and Mrs. A.B. Levant and family, Deacon and Mrs. Norman Fields and family, Mr. and Mrs. Danny Jackson and family, Miss Rita Cross and family, Mrs. Donna Cobb and family, Mother Minnie Fletcher and family, Mother Idabelle Patrick and the entire Patrick and Welland family, Mrs. Geraldine Pickens and family, Miss Jackie Lattimore and family, Miss Vivian Daniels and family, Miss Lottie Taylor and family, Miss Geraldine Harvey and family, Mr. Don and Miss Cynthia White and family, Miss Kateria Lane and family, Mr. William and Mrs. Brenda Jones and family, my nephew, Mr. Keith and Miss Carrie Dexter and family, and to my neighbor, Mr. Ron Jones and the entire Jones and Talbot family, Mother Dorothy Talbot and family, Mr. Johnny and Mrs. Juanita Talbot and family. Our first selection for this morning goes out to Mrs. Mary Trahan and family. Our first selection this morning. It is certainly with the deepest regret that we make the following announcement. Master Zymerian Quantrell Newsom, age 14, of 1416 Shepherd Court, Cordele, Georgia, died Saturday, October 9th at the Chris Regional Hospital in Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for Master Zymerian Quantrell Newsom, age 14, will be held today, Sunday, October 17th at 12:30 p.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Portico in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Isaac H. Owens, pastor of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church, will officiate. The burial will follow at the Westview Cemetery in Cordele, Georgia. United States Vietnam Army War veteran, Mr. Lonnie Howard Lester, age 74, of St. Petersburg, Florida, formerly of Byronville, Georgia, died Tuesday, October 5th at St. Anthony Hospital in St. Petersburg, Florida. The funeral service with military honors for Vietnam War Army veteran, Mr. Lonnie Howard Lester, age 74, will be held today, Sunday, October 17, at 4 p.m., graveside at the Pleasant Hill Baptist Church Cemetery in Byronville, Georgia. The Reverend Isaac H. Owens, pastor of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church, will officiate. Miss Marie Brown, age 51, of 46 Hill Street, Rochelle, Georgia, died Thursday, October 14, at Memorial Health University in Savannah, Georgia. The funeral service for Miss Marie Brown, age 51, will be held Saturday, October 23rd at 11 a.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home Portico in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Travis Johnson, pastor of the Piney Grove Baptist Church of Rochelle, Georgia, will officiate. The burial will follow at the Evergreen Cemetery in Rochelle, Georgia. The public walk-up visitation will be Friday, October 22nd from 1 until 5 p.m. at the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. United States Army veteran, Mr. Arthur Rosby Lawson, age 55, of 170 Easy Street, Abbeville, Georgia, died Wednesday, October 13th at the Fairview Park Hospital in Dublin, Georgia. The funeral service for United States Army veteran, Mr. Arthur Rosby Lawson, age 55, will be announced at a later date, pending the completion of the arrangements. The J.W. Williams funeral directors serving Cordele and Vienna are in charge of each of these arrangements during this week. Our next and final selection for this morning is dedicated to the bereaved families whose loved one were laid to rest during the past week. The family of United States Army veteran, Mr. Willie George Gaines of Cordele, Georgia. The family of Miss Tanya Sheila Davis of Cordele, Georgia. The family of Mother Willie Bell Lester Jefferson of Vienna, Georgia. The family of Mrs. Mary Emma Hubbard Cameron of Somerville, South Carolina, formerly of Leslie, Georgia. This selection is dedicated to the bereaved families whose loved ones will be laid to rest during this week. The family of Master Zymerian Q. Newsom, age 14, of Cordele, Georgia. The family of Vietnam War Army veteran, Mr. Lonnie H. Lester of St. Petersburg, Florida. The family of Miss Marie Brown of Rochelle, Georgia. The family of United States Army veteran, Mr. Arthur Rosby Lawson of Abbeville, Georgia. This election is dedicated to all sick and shut-in, to all patients in the local and surrounding hospitals, nursing homes, and rehabilitation centers, to our beloved ministers and their devoted family members, to all retired educators, to the men and women serving in our armed forces, both stateside and abroad, to all veterans, and to everyone who listens to our program on each Sunday morning. It's a pleasure for us to bring it to you. Our program goes out in memory of our past president, Dr. Napoleon Williams, goes out to my wife, Mrs. Calandra Wilkerson Parker, to my son, Jai Wilkerson Parker. This election goes out to my mother-in-law, Mrs. Billy Ann Hall, and family. Goes out to my brother, retired Chief Master Sergeant Norman F. Dexter, and his wife, Dr. Gwendolyn Maxine Dexter, and our grandson, Noble. This election goes out to my sister, Miss Maddie Mae Johnson, better known as Sister Girl, and Mrs. Patsy Jackson and her husband, Mr. Jim Jackson of Cordele, Georgia. This election goes out to my nephew, Deacon Kenneth Smith, program chairman of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Missionary Baptist Church. It goes out to our pastor, Dr. K.M. Williams, pastor of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Baptist Church and moderator of the Gum Creek Missionary Baptist Association, which convened during this past week, this election. And also invite you to worship again today on the grounds of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Baptist Church, as breast cancer awareness will be observed and honored during the morning worship at 9 a.m. on the grounds of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Baptist Church. Goes out to the mother of the church there, Mother Lucille Shazer, 108 years old, who will be in attendance today, be it the Lord's will. This election goes out to Miss Willie Mae Leary and family of Hatley, Georgia, to the entire Leary and Carter family of Hatley, Georgia, and Mrs. Lucille. And it goes out to Mrs. Lucille Kendrickton family. This selection goes out then to everyone who listens to our program on each Sunday morning. It's a pleasure for us to bring it to you. Goes out to Mr. Cleveland R. Lemon, oldest staff member of the J.W. Williams Funeral Home. Mr. Cleveland R. Lemon. Goes out to Mrs. Willie Pearl Reed and family. Goes out to our beloved Ms. Easter May Sanders and family. And again, to everyone. And we do encourage each and every one that have not received the vaccine to do so soon, please. Our final selection for this morning.
Is a paid commercial program for Ideal Prostate Plus, sponsored by Trusted Therabotanics. Are you spending too much time in the bathroom?